When you think of a cockroach, you think of the lowest form of life, the bottom of the heap. When you look up the subject, you learn the cockroach is the nastiest, the filthiest life on this earth. But have you ever thought that this was an amazing creature in one sense? After all, is the king of survival. The cockroach has survived hundreds of millions of years. Since the beginning of this earth, there lived cockroaches. The cockroach or roach is one of about 4,600 species of insects that are among the most primitive of all insects. Fossils of cockroaches are more than 320 million years old. This is where I bring you to the beginning of this story. I'm Timmy Angel, a man who has investigated the roots of life. In this video, I will compare myself to the cockroach because in my life, I've struggled just like the roach. In the face of persistent resistance, I've survived. I've displayed a vigorous resilience, a victorious viciousness.
All right, I just wanted was it going the whole time? All right, so literally, you guys, like, there are cockroaches in here. Like, oh my God, look at that. Like, there's like 4 or 5 of these motherfuckers. Like, they're not going away. And even in there in the corner, too. Like, what the hell are they up there getting? You know, you feel bad, you know, it's like, well, if I were a cockroach, would I want to be evicted right now? You know, I don't know. You know, it would be kind of like making yourself God, you know, just killing these guys. You pretty much virtually, you have to kill them, you know, to get rid of them, but they're just going to come back. But the problem is if you let them go, they just come out in numbers, great quantities. Like, where are these guys going? But you feel bad. Like, I don't want to be like God and just kill them. Like, what if God thought of me as a cockroach? You know, that's what I always think. If you go back to scripture, you think, yeah, maybe these people think, I don't know. Just, I think there's a lot of bad hype on cockroaches, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
One day, I was walking to the cross street store when another tenant told me to tell management about the roach problem. I didn't say anything to management, but lo and behold, since the beginning of time, man has been at war with one another. Treachery, hate, deceit, anger, recklessness, all tormentors that must be defeated. The war among men being one driven out of fear. Fear that if the tool of treachery is not used, the hesitant is believed to become the accused and persecuted. The war being one between good and evil at a very low level. Once the majority overcomes this fear, would this world be one with less strife, less hate, less malice, less deceit? The Bible teaches us not to bear false witness against thy neighbor. Yet fear and evil voices in our heads can drive us to lie and deceive so that a neighbor will take the fall. This fear overrules the virtue of righteousness in many cases. Many unknowing that every cause in this universe has its effect. So the karma will catch this traitor at some point. What is my belief in regard of this way of mankind? I believe God will have his vengeance of the saboteurs. I believe God is everything. God is connected to everything. God is a part of us all because God is the author of this world. I believe God programmed this conflict into this world specifically so that we would struggle against this world until we found a path to God, a knowing of this divine universe he created. In a world of perfect harmony, we would never try to change ourselves. We would continue to reap the pleasures of this earth without thinking of the Great One who shared this world with us. Our existence is like an initiation into the world of spirit. We can all rise above the struggle. We can obey God and disregard laws of tyrants. Together we can overcome the evils of this earth. Each one of us hold the power to join the path of the light, the righteous. The act, of course, must take courage. There are two sides in this world, evil and good. Thus far, a sense much has truly leaned towards evil. I think that will change as more of the good stars take control. You see, our own rise is self-initiated. The purpose of this world is to prepare us for the next world, the beginning of many other worlds. We must start the process. God doesn't initiate it for us. Once the good seeds or stars begin the improvement process, we will rise and empower ourselves. The 144,000 and its descendants and I will conquer. We are already making advances. You can't physically go after or chase down Satan, for it is a subconscious system. We must conquer it. God, Satan, angels, we must work together as one. Don't suffer in this world of perception. It is full of deceit. Each one of us have our own Achilles heel. For instance, sorrow goes to the Taurus, intemperance to the Gemini, lust to the Cancer, injustice for the Leo, greed for the Virgo, deceit for the Libra, envy to the Scorpio, treachery for the Sagittarius, anger for the Capricorn, recklessness for the Aquarius, malice goes to Pisces. Picture all of us as football players on a mechanical football field. Initially, the players are programmed to behave specifically, head in the direction they're pointed. When the power is activated, they are pointed in the general direction they will move with. But obstacles or the other team, the electrical mechanical football players, will cause the directed players to reroute, stop, turn, etc. When a human hand directs a player in the different direction, he in a sense overcomes the system. That is our life, the life of the 144,000 and its descendants, and one. We can control our programming, or we can ride out life without resisting the system of Satan. In my case, you see, injustice is the Leo's tormentor. Justice comes after the Leo is well on his way to enlightenment. Really, in the end, everything will be self-initiated inside this self-aware world. The 7,000 deaths by earthquake, as mentioned before, occurring after 10:1 in Revelations. It doesn't occur normally without a intervention. It starts with revering God and developing a calm nature that is necessary to peer deep inside ourselves in meditation. I have long wielded this power evil demons have hunted. I am the Lamb. The world we see that we believe is not even the full truth. It is a trick of perceptions. To win this war, this 1,000-year war, we must dethrone Satan. Despite all the obstacles, we must impeach the devil. Many believe that if one follows the path of light, they will be ridiculed to no end. However, one of the truths is that anyone who follows the path of light obtains the 10 powers of God. Number 1 is the knowledge of God. Number 2 is the knowledge of joy. Number 3, self-control. 4, steadfastness. 5, justice. 6, generosity. 7, truth. 8, supreme good. 9, life. 10, light. Genesis 1, verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he him. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
So, Mom, I'm not done making the couch. I think we have cockroaches here in the building, and somehow the other tenants must have formed a posse against us or something, and they're all saying that we stink. So
knock me over.
I'm in the process. I need to find someone that has some type of stink meter so we can tell how much we stink because we've been fighting this eviction case, and the case just got dismissed. It was dismissed on Friday, February the 4th, 2022. There was a procedural problem. They didn't fill out the first notice to quit properly, so it was thrown out. So we're gonna see what happens next.
Oh my God.
But they threatened us in court, and they threatened us in court, and can you be quiet, please, Lily? They threatened us in court, and they, to come back and fight us with more charges. They said, don't get comfortable because we're coming back after you. They said that some tenants in the building complained. They said that we stink. So they're filing a motion. Or they're claiming they're going to file other motions in court. So I guess we have some more court to look forward to. Anyways, their first motion failed, just so you know, and now they're going to come back with what a lot of people think will be another failure of a motion.
Basically, if you just want...
Okay, what? If you want
I
what?
don't want to be in the video.
If you just...
What does that mean by we stink?
Well, there were a couple residents that claimed that we stink.
Got on my face.
What does that
So
mean?
we need to get some type
You
of
stink.
stink meter, and then maybe we can tell if we stink, or maybe we should just ask. I got a good idea, because really when you're figuring out if someone is lying, they're either telling the truth or lying. So if I asked them directly if they wanted to, if I just asked them a question, I'd just say, do you think I stink? Or do you not think I stink?
These are retarded.
And
You're gonna think this is
once they tell us whether or not we stink, once they tell us this, I mean, maybe we'll have some proof to take to court. I mean, maybe we should
Basically, if you don't wanna pay
go
your rent, just-
door to door. There are 24 apartments,
or you don't
and
like your tenants, just
we'll
kill
ask
cockroaches. They'll get rid of them.
each of the tenants whether or not they think we stink. So, I mean, I think it's totally a ridiculous motion in court. Like, how can you take some complaints basically you're running to court with some gossip. You know, how can you prove the gossip? Do you have a stink meter or something? Are you claiming that we are the source, that we are God? God is the source of the cockroaches, not us.
God isn't the source.
Get on my face, no.
Get out of my face.
What do you think, Bella?
Get-
Do
get
you
off.
think we stink?
Get on me.
Do you think we stink, Bella?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to freaking be our asses.
Get that out of my face.
Oh, sorry.
Now, in the aftermath, we have received the next motion claiming other allegations. My partner and baby's mama is not on the lease, among other things. But our rent has just now fallen behind because the outcome is unknown. We are away, so the officers handling the summons will attempt one more time to serve the summons, and then in the week after that, they will tape the summons to the door. I'm estimating we will be back in court for round 2 by mid-March 2022, giving us until at earliest sometime in April before we have to get out in the worst case scenario. Post-pandemic times are showing, from what I've seen, that tenants battling evictions are seeing much more leniency. That is the way it should be. This way, evictees will not be spreading the virus. In a world where the light rules, landlords would have to fight tough battles to evict. After all, in many of the cases, I'm sure evil is the root cause of evictions in some form. Greed, malice, and deceit all are factors in many cases of eviction. This should not be the case. Over time, we've accepted treachery as the norm in society. My whole life, I've dealt with these injustices, and it was refreshing to chalk up a win, no matter if it is a short-lived one or not. Lean to the light. The Lord will save you. The 3, in terms of enlightenment, are the last of the 10 powers of God received. The 3 have become a dominant number in my life, perhaps signifying my obtainment of these final 3 powers. While the other 7 powers will protect one from the most evils, the last 3, life, light, and supreme good, protect one from envy, treachery, anger, recklessness, and malice. So may you, the descendants of the 144,000, learn the ways to seek the light. The Lord of the spirits will protect you, so lean to the light. The final 3 overpower all evils. It is like utter invincibility. Now, after the brothers of the darkness chase you to the ends of the earth, you will have a perfect defense. Rever God, deny the pleasures of the flesh, and remember the importance of overcoming the impurities. So now, at the end of this episode, I wonder, do the cockroaches arise once one has obtained the final 3?